Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Tud.
And I'm Obert. Woo, 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 woo.
Apparently there's a train. A train is coming.
You guys hear that?
No.
That's the spiked seltzer train, and I am on board.
Okay.
I just got off a 5-day river rafting trip, and before the trip had started, I hadn't really had any of those spiked seltzers before.
Oh, the ones that you used to make fun of me about?
Yeah. And after, they are the perfect river beers. I'm not going to call them beers. They are the perfect river drinks. They're so delicious for like hot days on the water. We had the, what's the brand that you like, Todd?
Oh, I like the Smirnoff brand personally.
Okay, we didn't have those. We had the what are the tall, skinny ones?
Truly.
Yeah, we had
Truly.
We had a 12-pack of Truly, which were all right. But then I bought a 12-pack of the Big Sky Spiked Seltzer Mix Pack, and they have some of the best flavor. One was ginger, lemon, basil mixed with some gin. Ooh, I tell you what,
That sounds good.
it was really good.
Is that the same company that does their own Huckleberry?
Yeah, they do their non-spiked seltzer, the Virga that I reviewed on the show. But they also have Huckleberry Spiked Seltzer, Strawberry Mint, and Cucumber Melon, and they're all really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Now like I said, I'm on board this train, man. I was skeptical, but now they're going to be serious go-to day drinking outdoor lawn game beers for me, for sure.
No, you weren't just skeptical. You made fun of me.
I don't remember making fun of you. We got to play back the tape.
It's almost like it's not on a recorded medium that we could go back and listen to.
Well, yeah, we're not going to stop the recording, but we'll assume that I did.
All listeners go back
right.
and listen to that episode.
Here, I'll just put it in right now. So let's leave a little gap. Hi, my name's Obert, and Tud, you're so stupid for drinking those things.
See?
Yeah,
So there
Were
it is.
you a
Right
I knew
there.
it
girl?
existed.
Yep.
No, Dana's been crushing some of those. Crushing's probably an over-exaggeration, but she's been on the spiked seltzer train too. The Trulies and there's one other one that I don't remember, but
Well, she always does her own vodka soda drinks, so that's basically already a spiked seltzer.
that's true.
Right.
Yeah, because she'll use the little stuff you squeeze in there.
Crystal Light.
Yeah.
She was ahead of the game.
She was.
She was
Yeah,
the game before the game was a game.
Yeah. Pioneer in drinking low-calorie alcohol drinks.
Yeah. for
She missed
real.
out on like $1 billion business opportunity by not doing it
No.
and marketing it.
I think
Yeah.
2019 is the year of the spiked seltzer summer, though. The summer of the spiked seltzer.
Yeah, I saw a post earlier of someone who was drinking a Radler, and I was like, man, I haven't seen any Radlers like this year yet. I don't know if it's because I just haven't looked for them, but
Maybe it's not a North Carolina thing.
maybe not. Maybe not. I do like Radlers or Shandies. I like to call them Shandies, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we had some Leinenkugel shandies on the river as well. Those also made for great morning beers, first ones. But yeah, we did 5 days on the North Fork of the Flathead River, and we had one layover day, but it was awesome. We just pulled over and camped. We had found private islands for ourselves, just hung out, went fishing, just made some amazing meals. It was a great time for sure.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
It was.
sounds like an awesome time.
We had one layover day where we just, we didn't break down camp. We just stayed there the whole day. And I think that's the way to do it. That way you're not constantly loading and unloading gear. Because really you can do that river. We could have floated that river in maybe 12 hours if we had gone nonstop. So we just
really?
did like 3 or 4 hours every day, and then would pull over and set up camp again. So it was nice. A good mix of floating and then just hanging out at camp.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you guys do for the 4th of July?
Grilled food?
Oh, nice. It's a staple. Any fireworks?
No, I heard some, but I didn't light any off myself. I didn't see any either.
Yeah, we kind of went away the weekend before the 4th. We went to visit with my mom in Tennessee, went to the lake house and watched fireworks on the lake and stuff like that. And then, but this past weekend didn't really do much. We grilled up some steaks on the 4th, and that was good. And then our AC broke, so we basically just died for 2 days. So
that would explain why you look like a pool on the floor talking.
I'm just a puddle. Yeah, it was 88 inside our house, so that was cool. That was a lot of fun. No, actually, that was not cool. That was warm, but yeah. So luckily, it's working today. So I think we're finally reaching normal temperatures. So
yeah, isn't it like a law down south? Like you have to have AC, especially as like a tenant. Like your AC has to be functioning, especially because you guys have like a baby too. Like that's a big thing.
Well, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we just we have to make sure he's okay, obviously. But yeah, I don't know if it's a law, but all I know is that Dana was very not happy because, so I was up, it was like 11:30, and I was playing video games or whatever. Then all of a sudden I smell like burning plastic or burning rubber, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like running around the house like a crazy person at 11:30 at night trying to look for a fire. And I like go inside our room and I'm checking it. I checked inside CJ's room. I checked all the other rooms. I go inside our room. I'm like looking around. There's no fire. And Dana's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, she was asleep, of course. And I was like, I smell burning rubber. I'm like, and upon some Googling, we figured out it was most likely the HVAC unit. So we cut the breaker and the burning rubber went away. So
so it definitely was the HVAC unit.
Definitely was, yeah. It is fixed now, yes. And there was a piece that was actually like melted, like you could see, like it was like a box, and a corner of it was like just melted. And I was like, okay. At least I wasn't going crazy or anything. So, but yeah, so that was a pretty crappy thing. But
at least you have that big giant green tub that you guys could have filled up with cold water and floated in it like a pool.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's very true. We could have done that. Yeah.
Well, Chris, I think I know how you can cool off.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. And that's by making sure your ACs are regularly serviced. Or drinking beers, of course.
Either one.
Either one. Yeah. Preferably both.
Yeah.
So I guess, thank you, Obert. I'm going to lead it off today because I have this can that I just couldn't pass up. It's close enough to the 4th of July that I feel okay drinking this. It's from 21st Amendment Brewery, which is in San Laredo, California, and it's called Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA.
What a perfect name for 4th of July.
And if you look, you can see it's Abraham Lincoln crushing some blood oranges.
I have had this beer.
That's cool.
Have you?
Yes.
I think there's many variants of the can. I think I've seen some with George Washington and things like that, but I just so happened to get Old Honest Abe. So, so what drew me to this is I was walking around a bottle shop that's not too far from my home, and I saw this because this isn't a 16-ounce can. This is one of the big boys, one of the 19.2-ounce cans.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah, some bonus beer in here, and I saw it, and it was only $3.
That's a good
hard deal to turn down. Yeah.
So I was like, man, I guess I need to try this beer. Hopefully it's good because I don't know why it was $3, but so I can tell you right now, pouring it is not hazy. It's pretty clear. Got a nice big head on it.
Oh wow, yeah, that's very clear. That's
that is
like
super clear.
1 SRM.
But it's got a nice persistent head on it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is water, what is the SRM of that beer?
It's a 1. It's a 1. It's pretty darn close. The smell is just heavy blood orange. Like you get that like really sweet citrus smell like right on the top. And we're gonna find out what it tastes like right now. We're excited.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, so this is the blood orange version of the Brew Free or Die.
Yeah, I noticed that they have a normal Brew Free or Die IPA as well.
Yeah. What do you think?
No, this is really good. This is a very easy, very light drinker. You do get a very heavy blood orange taste throughout the whole beer. You get like that nice sweet citrus. You do get a little bit of maltiness in the middle, but it's not like overpowering, and it doesn't go straight malt. You just get some malt, and then it tails off with some nice bitterness at the end. So Yeah, lasting tastes of blood orange at the end. Just a nice citrusy, like delicious, easy drinking summer beer.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this $3 purchase right now.
You sound like you actually enjoyed that beer. When I looked at my rating, I was not a fan. I gave it a 3.
Okay. No, I was gonna give this. Let me see. No, I think I'm gonna go 1 whole point higher than you. I'm gonna give this a 4.
Wow, that's a big gap. And I'll tell you that out of the 65,888 other people who rated this beer, they averaged a 3.81.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, I'm the outlier.
Yeah.
I don't remember what. Maybe it was old when I got it. I don't really know. I don't rate many things a 3. So I must have not really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. No, I'm very thrilled by this right now.
Definitely very cool can.
Very cool can. Very cool beer. Only $3.
I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that post on the Instagram.
Yeah, it's going to be super nice. It's going to be right from this corner.
Put some sparklers and red, white, and blue garland around it. Make it look all nice.
Definitely take a picture of it with sparklers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have sparklers. But anyways, Obert, are you ready?
Oh, I am ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What you drinking?
I have another beer that I brought back from Oregon. This one's actually from a brewery in Olympia, Washington, called Three Magnets Brewing, and it's called The Tub. The reason I picked it up is because it has a lot of fancy words on the front. It's a grisette-style ale brewed with Sac Brutois and Bière de Garde. So
I've had Bière de Garde beer before.
And we've talked about grisette styles on the show before.
Yeah, I had a grisette once.
Yeah. Did you like it? Are you a grisette fan?
I did enjoy that one, the one that I had.
So let me jump right in here. It's definitely, you get that very yeasty, I think that's the Sac Brutois. That's that yeast we talked about before.
Okay.
The Bruciferous or whatever. I think we've had that on the show. So you get that Belgian-y yeast flavors in here. And I think a grisette style is more of like a farmhouse style.
Yeah.
And in my mind, farmhouses and Belgians are kind of close. Although I think you guys don't really like Belgians and you're kind of more farmhouse fans.
Yeah, that's true for me.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, Belgians just aren't really my thing.
Yeah. So this is, maybe more of a farmhouse than a Belgian. But this clocks in at 4.7%. It's a very drinkable, nice summer day, easy drinker. This would go really well with like a light white fish, maybe, or something like that you would want. Something not too heavy of a beer to go with.
Would you say a white fish from Whitefish is a good pairing?
Yeah, there we go. Why not?
Whitest fish.
So with that, I think this is going to fall in the 3.5 rating for me.
Okay.
It's a solid drinker. I don't know if I'll go out of my way to pick it up again, but with all the hazy IPAs I've been doing on the show lately, I needed to mix it up. So had to go with the fancy French words. And so a Bière de Garde, I actually pulled it up here. I got the Wikipedia article. Wikipedia says it translates to beer for keeping. It's a strong pale ale, traditionally brewed in the specific region in France, and they originally brewed in farmhouses. So
nice.
I guess they are a French farmhouse ale.
I think Fox Farm, they did a Bière de Garde that was or recently. Yeah, they actually just called it Bière de Garde.
Yeah, I guess it says they used to brew it during the winter and spring because the yeast would be a little more unpredictable in the summertime. So that's why it was beer for keeping. They brew it early in the year and then drink it throughout the rest of the year. So that's interesting.
Nice.
That is cool.
Yeah, beer facts.
By the way, did the brewery have 3 magnets associated with it? Is this a thing?
Their logo is almost like a peace symbol or radioactive symbol, like the 120 degrees apart, 3 magnets all pointing towards the middle. And it's a 3 and an M in the middle, but the M is just like a 3 rotated 90 degrees. So it's kind of a cool little graphic design.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So you give us a 3.5 out of 5. Out of the check-ins on Untapped, the average is 3.8. So you're a little bit below average.
Okay. That's interesting because the last one was 3.81, right? It was Chris's beer?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
So Ted, what 3.8 do you have for us today?
So I am drinking a beer by Sierra Nevada called Trippin' to the Woods.
Ooh.
This one, I think, is from 2015.
Oh, wow.
I found it at my local
Dang.
package store. This is their barrel-aged series. This one is a tequila barrel-aged Otravez, an ale brewed with lime, agave, and aged in tequila barrels. I believe we had something similar to this when we were in Asheville, which is really why this caught my eye. So I wanted to bring it on the pod. So it's 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces. So it's a big bottle. It's a bomber.
Nice.
And it's 6.4 ABV.
Oh, that's
Very cool.
For some reason I was expecting something
Way more.
heavier than that. Yeah.
It was probably 6.9 when they bottled it.
Yeah, back in 2015 or 16 or whenever.
So you just found this on a shelf?
Yes.
You just... Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
Cheers. My Tud Cleo alarms are going off here. I don't think this is going to be a Tud beer. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's going to be either.
Well,
Yeah.
I know Tud's been on a big tequila kick recently, though. So not on the show. You wouldn't know that unless you were friends with him. But
Right.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
fell in love with tequila.
I got to write in.
Tequila.
I got to write into dawfpodcast@gmail.com and ask Tud to bring some tequila onto the show.
Yeah, I feel like we all should just take a week off beer. Just do a straight hard alcohol
Yeah,
episode.
a liquor cabinet episode.
There we go.
Ooh, I
Oh.
think Mikey. I
Oh.
think he likes it.
Oh, this is really good.
Oh, it's really good.
Definitely a lot of lime in this. A little bit of hints of tequila, but yeah, I think that's definitely overpowered by the lime. This is fantastic. It kind of tastes like a very boozy and better Bud Light lime.
Oh,
I was gonna make the joke, but you didn't even let me. You went right there.
Yep, just had to go there myself.
so Bud Light Lime's a 4.5 to Tud. So what's this one?
This is fantastic. You get a little bit of salt flavor, which is interesting because it doesn't really maybe that's just my brain playing tricks on me.
It's like you're drinking a margarita, and you're like, no, wait, no, I'm not.
Definitely a little bit of oakiness from the tequila barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smooth drinker. Definitely can tell that it's not a boozy beer by any means. This is a very refreshing summer drink. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Radler, just not being a Radler because it's got kind of like that Gose style sour to it.
That's
Nice.
funny. Like when you picture a barrel aged beer you've been lying around for a few years, the last thing I think of is an easy light drinker. You know,
Yeah.
it's just that's so opposite of what I would expect.
Yeah, I would. I'd buy this again in a heartbeat. I don't think there was another bottle there. I think that's why I bought it because I was like, "Oh, look at this thing! This is
Now,
coming home with me."
what packy did you find that in?
This was at M&R Liquors in South Windsor.
Okay, and are they like you could find some good hidden gems there?
Yeah, they've got a lot of beer. The guy over there, the manager, Brendan, is really
No
big
relation?
into beer. Really big into beer, really big into sours. Pretty good dude. Seems to travel around the world to try beers, so it's pretty cool.
Oh man, that's the life right there.
Yeah, he's got a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah,
M&R is a local chain in Connecticut too, just for people who aren't really aware. It's a
I didn't know that. So
Yeah. it's like a local like Hartford chain of liquor stores. So they have
Cool.
locations in South Windsor, Glastonbury, Vernon, Manchester, Avon, all over Hartford County. I'm gonna give this beer a 4.25.
Okay.
Wow, that's a good one. And
Yeah,
let's see
yeah.
what Untapped has to say. So they don't have it separated out by year, but the Trip in the Woods Tequila Barrel Aged Otravez is a 4.01 on Untapped. And yeah, only 9 IBU. So yeah, it's a very, very mild, light, sour beer.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
Allow me to read the back of this just because it goes in a little bit more depth of what it is. For this limited offering, we pushed beyond the typical barrel-aged beer theory. We got our hands on some Reposado tequila oak barrels and then aged our new Otravez Gose with lime and agave. This Trip in the Woods starts out as a tart yet juicy beer with hints of lime. For the finish, an unmistakable slickness of classic Reposado.
Nice. Now, remind me, did we talk about the Sierra Nevada brewery from the bachelor party on the show before?
Yeah, I think we mentioned that we had gone there. I don't know if we really dove in depth of the massivity of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we quite went in deep depth, but
Yeah, before we went to Asheville, a couple of people told me like, "Oh, if you're gonna go there, you got to check out Sierra Nevada." And as we've talked about on the show, it's one of my favorite beers, one of my favorite breweries. But I'm like, I don't know, if we're gonna go all the way there, should we just maybe do some more unique local stuff? But they're like, "No, you trust me, you got to go." And their place it's like this whole private estate. It's just a beautiful, beautiful tap room with a really cool area out back. Lots of like just beautiful copper kettles. It was one of the most beautiful breweries I've been to, for sure.
It was like Disney World for beer lovers.
Yeah, that's not a bad description.
Yeah, it was phenomenal because when I was like throwing the whole everything together, anybody I asked was like, "You have to go to Sierra Nevada," and they're like. And they even mentioned, they were like, hey, you can get Sierra Nevada on the shelves anywhere, but you have to go to their brewery. You just have to. And they weren't
the other thing is it's a little bit out of town compared to a lot of the other breweries. So it's a trip. You got to make a dedicated trip to go there. But that was a good call on making sure that we went there because it worked out really well.
And I was actually shocked by the amount of beer. Obviously, I probably shouldn't be given the massive size of the brewery, but I was actually really shocked with the amount of beer that they had on tap and ready to go for people. I mean, they had probably 30 beers just on their list, and it was just drink whatever you want. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And obviously they had their staples, but they had this like unique stuff like this Trip in the Woods type stuff.
Yeah, the Superfest. That's why I really like that. Their aged Oktoberfest. Yeah.
So, Obert, going back to how we started this episode with you hopping on the train for Spike Seltzers.
Oh, yeah. I'm all aboard, man.
I have a stupid question for you.
Okay.
What, in your opinion, is the ideal number of Chugga-Chuggas before you say choo-choo?
Well, I think we have audio proof on this one. I think I did about 15 or 16. I mean, I went there. I got a full head of steam before I did the choo-choo.
Yeah,
it's true.
Are you trying to like relay like how fast the train is moving when you add in all those chuggas?
Well, I started off slow, and then I built up the steam. Like, the train is leaving the station, like, chugga, 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 chugga. And then you go faster and faster. And as you're getting all the steam, then you got to blow the sound the horn. Choo, choo. And then you're like, I'm on board the Spike Seltzer train, baby. But what do you, I don't know, how many chugga-chuggas do you think you need?
I think the minimum is 4.
Yeah,
I was thinking 4. I was thinking 4. I'm an early choo-chooer.
Yeah, it's like chugga 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 choo choo.
I'm a premature choo-chooer.
Well, that was 6.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do 1. You can't be like chugga choo choo. Like no one understands what that means.
No, I was counting chugga chugga as like 1. So like chugga 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 choo choo.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh man! No,
because you're not stopping somewhere and going chugga chugga chug choo choo. You have to finish that chugga.
You gotta yeah.
Oh no! For me, I thought I was counting by chuggas. I wasn't counting by chugga-chuggas. So
you have to go with chugga-chuggas.
So I was.
Well, I think we just found the episode name, folks.
Yeah, so I'm Chugga-Chugga-Chugga-Chugga-Choo-Choo. That's me.
Okay.
Oh, that is great. Normally I'm not too sure on these stupid questions, but that was a great one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was one that you couldn't give us an engineering answer to, so it's good.
That's true. Yeah.
I've got another stupid question for you guys.
Great.
This is a hypothetical situation for you, so this should be fun to see how you guys react to this. Just became homeless, and I have only $130 and a bicycle. What do I do?
$130. You got a bicycle, and you're homeless. Trying to think of a funny answer. I don't know. Buy a tent, buy a fishing pole, and then you'll be okay for a little bit till it gets cold.
Well, not if you lived in North Carolina. You'd be good for a long bit.
Yeah. Then you buy an air conditioner and fishing pole.
Do you take if you were in Montana, do you take your bike and start riding out of Montana and just trying to go south?
Why? What's south?
Warm.
I mean, worst case, you could probably buy a cheap Greyhound bus ticket.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
What would you do, Ted?
I mean, I think you'd have to start finding a job, right? Drive to New York City. ride to New York City and become like a bike courier.
There you go.
That's not a bad one. Or you could just do the you could become a rickshaw driver. If you already got the bike, spend $130 on the little rickshaw, and then you can, taxi people all over.
Yeah, if this was Cosmo Kramer and Newman's idea, I mean, they're looking for the homeless people, so you'd be good.
Yeah. I mean, getting a job would be ideal, obviously, but on the application, when I ask for your address, what do you put? Like Blue Huffy? Like, how does that work?
Right outside of your door.
I'm literally here all the time, whether you want me to be or not.
Do you make like a shirt out of the $130? Like, do you go get like 130 in ones from the local bank and then like pin them together into a shirt?
No, you don't do that.
I don't see why you would just buy a shirt for $5 and then have $125 and a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got one more question for you. Where are snails even trying to go?
You got to wonder. I mean, if they're moving that slow, they got to have a good reason to be going wherever they're going.
Like, where's their goal? Where's their end goal?
Well, I mean, they're moving slow, so maybe they're going to. They're trying to get wherever exactly where they are. Like that's where they want to be.
They're just where they are at all times.
The snails are, from what I understand of wildlife, snails are like the most blissful, happiest creatures on Earth. They just love being snails.
Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? Like, we think they move slow, but I bet you cheetahs look at us and they think, man, why are those guys even bother moving at all? They're just so slow.
That's very true.
The snails are just, they're doing their own thing at their own pace. They're like, oh, yeah, look at that turtle over there. We're just chilling out together, hanging out with my buddy Sloth. Moving, we're just, all hanging out.
Just it's an interesting way of life. So you're just telling me that they're just happy being a snail wherever they're being a snail.
Yeah, I think
so.
I think that's what I hear from like most
a lot of the snails,
Well, all the snails I hang out with.
Some of my snail friends.
So me and the snails are hanging out.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
So the top comment was to the food, to the water, and to the sexy snails.
I mean, that sounds
that's
like
all you really
life.
need. Yeah. I thought snails were hermaphroditic, but I'm not sure.
Does that mean that they can have babies with themselves?
I think they can have babies with every other snail, but I don't know.
I think Tud's thinking of like asexual. Is that a thing? Like
asexual reproduction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that a thing? Does that exist out in the animal world?
It is in the Godzilla movie from 2000?
2000. Yeah. That's right. They got a little too cute trying to rip off of Jurassic Park there, I think, about life finding a way.
And the men have lost to Mexico.
Oh, man, on this week's edition of Old Sports News.
Yeah, and one more thing we should point out is that the U.S. women's national soccer team won the 2019 Women's World Cup today, beating Netherlands 2-0.
Yeah.
Did you watch the match?
I did.
Did they kick it really good?
It was tied at halftime. It was 0-0, and then it wasn't until like the 80th minute that they scored.
Huh.
So it was good. It was a good match.
Did they rip their jerseys off and slide on their knees like the iconic picture from the 1998 Women's World Cup victory?
They did some of that. It should be noted that the U.S. women's soccer team, national soccer team, has won more than half of all of the World Cups that have ever happened for U.S. women.
Oh, wow.
I believe they've won exactly half.
Is it exactly half?
I think it's 4 of 8, yeah. But
does this make 4 of 8?
Yeah, this makes 4 of 8.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
They're just so dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the UConn women basketball team of women's soccer.
Yeah.
So, anything else new in your life, Obert, over the past couple weeks?
Oh, yeah. We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet on the podcast, but I had 2 friends of the pod out here, Zeffy and Lindsay, last weekend, and they ended up getting married. So that's exciting.
Like
very cool.
Like shotgun wedding?
Yeah, it was totally last minute. They called me up about 2 weeks beforehand, and we're like, hey, we're thinking about coming to Montana and having you marry the 2 of us. So I was like super pumped about that. We made it all. We did a 10-day turnaround from them calling to coming out here. We did some great hiking. We got some awesome pictures. I'm tagged in them on Facebook if you can find them that way. But we had our own little private ceremony, and this is, let's not let this get back to the officials because we did it a little bit stealthily in the park. There's like approved spots, but I knew of a good climbing trail that we just went, just maybe a half-mile walk from the visitor center, and we were totally alone, had the whole area to ourselves. It was really nice spot for the ceremony, and we got great sunset pictures with a marmot in the background, and I think they had a really good time. So it worked out really well. It was a great visit, and now I can add Reverend to my list of titles.
So now you have the ability to like marry people, right? So like,
I do.
So you can just walk around just saying, do you man take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, and just pronouncing people husband and wife wherever you go?
Pretty much. I think the only real rules is it has to be consensual. You got to have some I do's in there. As long as they say I do, then it's legit.
So like this is a good like drunk bar trick.
Yeah, just marry people.
Haha, you're married.
Yeah, be like you're married now.
Yeah. Although I was trying to figure this out because you do need a certificate from the county.
So can you just get a whole bunch of them?
I don't know about that. If I can just show up and be like, "Oh, you're getting married?" Like, no, I just need like 15 of these just as backups, just in case I need to marry some random people.
Can you marry yourself?
That's a good question. I don't think so. Although I bet if you were like the last two people on Earth, you probably could. Or if you're a boat captain. Boat captain is the only people who can marry themselves.
Or the regional manager of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company.
Yeah. There we go.
That's cool though. That's something that, not everybody gets to say, "Hey, I married two of my good friends."
Yeah, I was really excited to be able to do it. And yeah, glad I can check that one off the bucket list for sure.
Tud's getting married in 13 days. So I'm wholly expecting you to just like run up there and like check the guy and like this is my wedding now.
Just tap my just
I'm the reverend now.
Like, I got this. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll tag team it, He'll do the beginning, maybe I'll do the middle, then I'll tag him back in at the end.
Every other word.
Yeah. Do you take Michael to
this man?
Your oh yeah. No, we got the wedding coming up in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to the call me maybes that are going to happen.
Oh, so many call me maybes.
Yeah,
so many.
There may or may not be a limit on the amount of times that we can play call me maybe.
Well, may not. Okay. Fine. Perfect.
I think the trick, Tud, is we have to do it so many times on the rehearsal dinner night that Chris gets his fill in before we get to the actual wedding.
Is there such thing as a fill for Chris on Call Me Maybes?
No,
I don't know.
There isn't. That and Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Those are boy. There's going to be some dancing. Choreographed dances. I sing both parts.
Oh, wow.
Flawlessly.
I'm looking forward to you taking the stage then.
I like
shoving
that
the band out of the way.
Flawlessly.
Flawlessly. Oh, man. Okay. Do you guys hear that? Chugga-Chugga-Chugga-Choo-Choo.
There wasn't a lot of chuggas.
No.
I feel like you're not enthusiastic about this.
That train is not really going that fast.
It's either 2 or 4 chuggas, depending on how you look at it.
How you count your chuggas.
I think we're gonna traverse a little bit more. This time by train.
Okay.
This is our
while we Trainverse.
We'll go through 5 more states, weird drinking laws, picking up with number 16, which is my old state of Tennessee. And so Tennessee, while Kentucky is known for its bourbon, Tennessee is known for its Jack Daniels. What's funny, though, is that the Jack Daniels distillery is located within a dry county, making it illegal to drink the whiskey anywhere nearby. Recently, however, there was a change, so visitors to the distillery are allowed very small sips on the Jack Daniels facility tours.
I like that. Very small sips.
Yep.
Like, I hope that's written into the law.
Probably, yeah.
You got to have your pinky out if you want to sip some of this whiskey on the tour. No, we talked about that before, too. You had already mentioned that.
I had, yeah. I ruined it. I didn't realize I was going to ruin this.
That's okay.
The segment, but...
How weird is it that you, in 2019, can live in a dry county somewhere in the United States?
Yeah, that's sad. That would be really sad if I lived a place where they didn't sell alcohol.
Yeah, it would be rough. I mean, think of this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, how weird would it be if how weird is it for Jack Daniels where they're, the people who own that company are billionaires, but they can't drink their own product in their facility?
Well, it makes me wonder, like, how did that happen? Like, did you
how do
accidentally
you
open a distillery there?
Oh shit, we didn't realize it when we opened it.
Oh no.
I think this is my challenge to one of the two of you. I think Tud's more of the whiskey drinker, but you got to do a Jack Daniels special segment where we talk about their history and you bring Jack Daniels on the podcast. Because I am willing to bet, and this is totally a guess, but because it's a dry county, that they were like bootlegging, distilling, like making their own illegal moonshine, and then it became so popular that they went legit. That's my theory.
That's a pretty good theory.
I would have to imagine that that's probably exactly the story. But it's still like, why would you build your distillery in the dry county once you decide to go legit?
I don't know.
Right. Well, they just got bigger and bigger, and I don't know. I think that should be a segment we do on a future episode.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be
a little tease for the listeners.
So next, we're up to number 17, which is Ohio.
O-H.
Ohio.
Ohio.
So in Ohio, okay, again, why or how these situations become laws are a bit unclear. But in Ohio, it is illegal to give alcohol to a fish. But we did not find specifics about in which context this pertains to. So take that one with a grain of salt. However, what is more unclear is this one. No alcohol advertisement shall represent, portray, or make any reference to Santa Claus.
Really?
Apparently.
They gotta have. Yeah, they don't want drunk Santa on the sleigh.
It's like they can't buy like the Tipsy Elf stuff then.
What?
Oh, like Naughty Elf?
Like, yeah, Naughty Elf.
Mad Elf?
And
No,
Bad
Mad
Elf.
Elf.
And Very Bad Elf. And
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
by Trogs, which is literally...
But that's not Santa, though. That's an elf.
Maybe that's how they get away with it.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Ohio listeners,
Right in.
Can you get Mad Elf?
And I do want to know why they had to make a law that you couldn't make a fish drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ohio listeners, right in again. What did you do?
Yeah.
Was there just a random guy?
If you're the guy who made them have that law, we want to hear from you.
Yeah. Was it just a guy who was just walking around, just every time he saw a fish, he took a beer out and just poured it in the fish tank with him? It's like, this fish seems like he wants to be more drunk.
Yeah. We'll try and look that one up. So next on the list is Louisiana.
The Big Easy.
Yep. So Louisiana drive-thrus are allowed to serve alcohol in Louisiana, and the state
yes, they are.
Yeah, and the state considers them to be closed containers. But that only applies as long as the straw has not been put through the lid of the drink. I've never been to Louisiana, but apparently Tud is all about this.
I didn't know about the straw rule, but I did know that drive-through liquor stores were a thing.
Liquor stores, or this is not just liquor stores. You can order a drink and get it to go. I saw something about this once on like the Travel Channel where they had like these alcoholic slushies, and you would just literally drive up and they would hand you a slushie with a lid and a straw in the other hand, and you could just drive away, take it home. In quotes.
Yeah, I know it's a thing. I've definitely heard of it. I didn't realize that once the straw pierced that top, that's when it was considered an open container. So what if you just threw your straw out the window? You're like, there's no straw here.
I mean, I guess you could, but like, how are you going to drink that tasty goodness?
You just got to pop the top, right?
Well, that is definitely not
a
closed container. There's no way you can get that alcohol into your mouth without it opening in some way, shape, or form.
Right. That's how they get away with it.
You're not going to Tud Cleo this and just be like, oh man, this tastes good. I can tell.
Tud just cuts a little hole in the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I found a way around it.
Oh, man. All right. So 19 is Indiana, home of the NFL's best team, the Indianapolis Colts.
The Hoosiers?
It's not NFL. Jeez, Tud. I have to teach you about football again. So in Indiana, it is illegal for grocery stores and convenience stores to sell cold beer. That right is saved for liquor stores only. Additionally, an establishment cannot sell individual drinks without also having a food service available at all times. Interesting.
That's a law in Connecticut too.
What's that?
That you have to sell food if you're going to sell alcohol.
Correct.
Unless you're a brewery, maybe. Because,
unless you're a brewer, because beer is not really considered alcohol under our laws. But yeah.
Wait a minute.
Like,
I'll have to remember that next time I get pulled over.
This is not. Oh, this is just beer. It's not alcohol.
No, like if you serve hard alcohol, you have to serve food in Connecticut. And the only reason I know this is a thing is because the poorhouse in Hartford, when it was a thing before it became Angry Bull, used to have a sign on the wall that said a cheese sandwich, and it was like $15.
Okay.
So they just had it posted there because technically under the law they had to have food available.
Right. Interesting. Okay. I've seen places that have they got away with it with just literally bags of chips that they would have hung up behind the bar that they would sell.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was poorhouse just had some cheese and some bread shoved in a freezer somewhere, and they're like, "This is our food. If somebody wants to pay us $15 for a cheese sandwich,
we'll give it to them."
Get.
I love that. That's such a creative way to get around it.
I was actually thinking, is there a distillery in Connecticut? I can't think of one off the top of my. I'm sure there is. I just can't.
Litchfield.
Yeah, there's Litchfield.
Oh, Litchfield. That's right. Okay.
Ted went there.
You had them on the show, right?
Yeah, and they don't serve pours there. They just give you pours, so they don't have to comply with that law either.
Because they're not selling the alcohol.
Correct.
They're just giving it to you.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of. I don't know. I mean, I guess I never realized it, but I mean, I used to go to Old Glory Distilling in Tennessee. They don't serve food.
Yeah, that's a unique law.
Yeah, cool. All right, so last on this Trainversing is number 20. Too many chuggas. I don't even want to hear the choo-choo.
You can't. The train's too far away.
Yeah, right.
The train's
Just
traversing at the moment.
You've chugged all so far away. Anyways, number 20 is Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Well, okay. I'm going to immediately call the legitimacy of this into question, but don't quote us on this, but Mississippi is said to have no open container laws for drivers. But don't go crazy. It only applies if the driver stays under the 0.08% national legal limit.
It used to be like that in Montana until somewhat recently. I'm not too sure of the year. You could, drive by a cop with a beer in your hand and wave to him and just keep going. Yeah, I mean, it does. It kind of makes sense as long as you're under the legal limit. I don't see how it's any different than having a beer at home and getting in your car.
Yeah,
that's true.
Obviously, it kind of encourages bad behavior, but
right.
In all reality, we should be allowed to drink a beer while driving if we're below the legal limit. I agree with Mississippi. # Team Mississippi.
Okay, well, I just fact-checked this just to make sure. And it does say that Mississippi is the only state that doesn't have an open container law that prohibits drivers or passengers from drinking inside a motor vehicle. Some counties and cities have passed their own ordinances, but Mississippi still has an abnormally high rate of alcohol-related traffic fatalities. So
there's that.
But Tud's on board, so...
I like how they call it an abnormal. that they're abnormal. It's like, no, they're just normal. That's because they have laws like that.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's us. We're done Trainversing today.
Yeah, I guess
Chugga-Chugga-Choo-Choo.
I guess the next stop on the train that we're all aboard of this episode will be Handle Station.
Nice.
Coming up on your left, we have Frosty Mug filled with wisdom.
Yeah.
Everybody grab your handle. I don't know what happened there at the end. I got transported.
I'd like to go first because I have a really good one this week.
Okay.
This is a one I wanted to share with you guys because I experienced for the first time in my life this camping trip a completely dark sky, and going out there looking at dark skies and seeing the Milky Way and tons of stars. You can see all these satellites and shooting stars. It was an experience that I had never had to this extent before, and I think it's something that everybody should try and do at least once. So to help facilitate that, I wanted to share a app with you guys that I'll put a link to in the show notes. It's called Light Pollution Map Dark Sky. And you can see what the light pollution in your area is. And I mean, this is definitely above and beyond handled, but I would recommend finding time, plan out, find a good clear night. You want new moon or very, very slight moon in the sky, good weather conditions, and just go for a trip somewhere. I was shocked when I looked at the map after I got home and looked at the light pollution, how bad it is. Basically, everything east of like the Mississippi River is just like all in the red, orange, yellow colors. And you have to get out to Nebraska, Dakotas till you start getting in the gray and black on the scale of very little light pollution. And I just couldn't believe how much more you can really see in a totally dark area on a night with no moon. It was just totally mind blowing. And having done it, I say it's something that everybody should try and find at least once in their life. Go and check it out.
I would imagine what's in like the Northeast is like, is there anything that's out there? Maybe like Maine or something?
Yeah, that's the closest area I really see that gets into the gray is up in Maine. It looks like if you kind of were where it starts to bump up in the north corner of Maine, that's a good area. Other than that, it's like you really got to get out to the upstate New York really to get, deep in those wilderness areas like Baxter State Park and stuff to really get into some clear skies. If you're anywhere east of the Mississippi River, if you're anywhere west of the Mississippi River, basically you can just drive a couple hours in any direction and you'll be there. But yeah, totally life-changing experience that I think everybody should try and find time for at least once. So yeah, that's my handle.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Who's next on this train of wisdom? This wisdom train we're riding.
Chugga-chugga-chugga-chugga-chugga-chugga.
Todd?
Yeah, I was going to let Chris go.
Oh, he was just driving, conducting the train over
to pick me up.
Somebody's got to do it.
Okay, so hashtag not my train. That's too many chuggas. But today I'm going to put over a pillow because just more recently, I probably had this pillow for about 8 weeks now. I saw an ad online and I was doing some research because the pillow that I had was it served its use, and I'm very particular about my pillows. But I found this like good deal on a ghost pillow. They also do.
Sounds spooky.
Yeah, it's very spooky.
Each one is haunted, guaranteed.
Yeah, there's at least one soul in every ghost pillow. But it is a memory foam pillow that has some kind of I don't know all of the technology that goes into the pillow, but it helps keep your head cool throughout the night, which is a big thing for me because I'm like a heater,
especially when your AC is broken.
Exactly.
So you're a hothead.
I'm a hothead. I'm a hot body. So, but yeah, I've had this for like 8 weeks now, and I mean I love it. I only sleep with one pillow, so there's that.
Wow. Are you sure you're not a serial killer?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I only sleep with the one pillow, and this is like just enough where it's nice and comfy. It yet still gives you a little bit of support, and it does keep your head quite cool during the night. So I recommend you check them out. They're a little expensive, but you might be able to get a Groupon like I did. I got a Groupon, and I got it for like $40 or something like that. So
nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good purchase. I sleep much better since replacing my old pillow.
I can't back up the ghost pillows, the pillows with souls, but I will say that a good pillow is a definitely worthwhile investment. If you just think about how much you're going to spend on a mattress, like for me, it makes, if I have a bad night's sleep, it's because I sleep weird on my neck. So if you're going to spend that much on your mattress, it makes sense to spend a good amount of money on a pillow too, to make sure you get a good one. So I'll cheers with that handle for sure.
Yeah, we have bamboo pillows in our household, so they're really comfy.
I saw those too when I was doing my market research.
And so,
yeah, do you want to chug away?
Yes,
chug into the.
As we approach our final stop, maybe our semi-final stop before
chugging
our
into
outro.
into the sunset.
Yeah.
So my handle this week is going to be YouTube TV. I don't know if you guys use it. I think it's great. It is, it's an alternative to having cable because you can pay for it monthly and cancel whenever. It has probably about 100 channels. I get all the local channels, all the local sports channels. It's great. It's provided by Google. It's a Google product, so it's a good service. It always seems to work. It's always live, and they have on demand and all that too. So for the price of $40 a month, you're no longer paying for a cable contract to have channels that you don't want. And you can add more channels and make it more expensive too if you wanted to really go down that path.
Okay, so you have a package that's like $40 a month, and you get like 100-ish channels.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually split it with a friend, so I don't pay
YouTube.
I don't. Well, they allow it, so I'm not paying.
His friend's name is Caitlin. So
no, it's not Caitlin. Special shout out to Dotson for splitting that with me.
So can you DVR stuff?
Yes,
that's cool. And do you have like a smart TV app? Is that how you watch it?
Smart TV app. They have apps on your phone. You can watch it on your computer. So pretty much you can watch cable in more places with YouTube TV than you can with your normal cable subscription. So like, what if I'm sitting out at like a train station and just hypothetically,
random example, yeah,
and I wanted to watch TV, I could just pull it up on my phone and just stream YouTube TV from my phone and watch like the Red Sox play if I wanted to.
That is cool because I mean, I when I had Comcast a million years ago or whatever, and you have like your own Comcast whatever that you can sign into, but then you have to go in and sign into like every network separately. It's a big pain in the ass. So I think it's cool that you can just like, oh look, I'm on YouTube and I'm watching TV now. And
it's and the best part is it's your Google email address with the Google password. So if you ever do need to log into like some website with cable, you're just logging in with your Google stuff that you already know and for your email. So it's super simple.
Cool.
Yeah. And so with that, we'd like to thank everybody for listening today. We'd like to thank the breweries that provided today's beers. I will go first with Sierra Nevada for their Trip into the Woods, the barrel-aged tequila barrel Otra Vez.
I'd like to thank 21st Amendment Brewery for their Blood Orange Brew Free or Die IPA.
And I'm going to thank Three Magnets Brewing Company for the tub.
Please go on to social media and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and on Tap at DAWF Podcast. # follow the email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you're sending us your thoughts on the episodes, your general thoughts, and just basically anytime you guys want to get bored and flip over a little note just saying how you love us and you were thinking about us and you just want to say hi, do that too. Make sure you're going on to iTunes and leaving us a 5-star review. The more reviews we get, the more people can find us. Make sure that you guys are clicking on the Amazon affiliate link that will be posted where we will have links to some of today's products down there. As a follow-up to last week's episode, just to kick this off a little bit more, the next most expensive item that you guys can click through our Amazon affiliate link and buy and just give us a few shekels would be the Dixie Queen watermelon seeds, which are just heirloom watermelon seeds that are not easy to find. And those retail on Amazon for $4,178.
Wow. Those would be some pretty good They must be pretty good watermelons, I gotta say.
Imagine if you grew the watermelon and it died.
I know, right? Well, just think of the investment. If you get it and it's not a seedless watermelon and then you can resell those seeds.
Ooh, there you go. You're making money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just think about that, fans. Just maybe if you want a long-term investment.
That's a new business prop right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are going to our Patreon too and subscribing there. Somebody needs to sign up for the $25 Patreon item, so that way Chris can drink the chelada with you.
I mean, you don't have. You can, but you don't have to. But exciting news! Our patrons found out we released our first ever patron exclusive episode the other day. So if you want to hear Party Fouls Volume 1, head over to the Drinking Alone with Friends Patreon and throw us a little bit of that the train currency, and and you'll be able to listen to 46 minutes of bloopers, which is pretty funny, pretty entertaining. So
if somebody is going to pony up for that $25 at some point.
Hey, and I'll do it. I will. I mean, I have to. I'll do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
You're contractually obligated to do it.
I'm not contractually obligated to it, but I will. I'm a man of my word. So if you want to have a online hangout sesh with me while I drink a disgusting beer, that's how you do it.
And for all our Connecticut listeners, he will be in town in about a week and a half, so he can even drink that beer live in person with you.
That's also true. Yes, if that's your thing.
And so with that, my name's Tud.
My name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. Remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
Next up, the end of the podcast.
Beer station.
More beer station. Too many chuggas. Chugga-Chugga-Choo-Choo.
All the chuggas.